Alright, so what is up everybody, it's Momo12 back at you guys with a brand new video, and today, as you guys can see by the title, we're talking about the Philadelphia Eagles and their whole quarterback situation, what my thoughts on, and all that kind of stuff. But before I start, shout out to Real Madrid, wearing their jersey today. They won the UEFA Champions League. Any soccer fans, tell me down below, and tell me who you root for. So, anyway, let's get into the actual video. So, the Eagles. Quarterbacks. It seems like every year we have a controversy at quarterback. Let's start off with Mr. Sam Bradford. Mr. Mediocre. I think he's made $87 million in his NFL career, and he's only thrown 87 touchdowns. So that's $1 million per touchdown thrown. That doesn't seem like the best deal to me. Bradford, throughout his NFL career, has never had to really compete for a starting job. It's always been assumed that he would be the starter. When he was in St. Louis, he was drafted to be the starter, and he was drafted to be the franchise quarterback of that team. So all those years, wasn't really any competition with him. He comes here with Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly wants him to be the starter, needs him to be the starter because he traded Nick Foles for him. So it's assumed. So this year is really the first year for him where it's not assumed. Well, it is assumed that he's the starter, but it's not necessarily the best situation for him long term, with us drafting Carson Wentz, with us having Chase Daniel, and him already being a product of Doug Peterson's system. So this year is really the first year where it's kind of, unsure for him in his career. Now, do I think Bradford should start for the Eagles for this year? Most definitely. Carson Wentz, for all the great things that he does, he's not ready yet. He's not ready yet. That so far during the OTAs, where the media has had access to the practices, they say that he makes a lot of good throws, and that he's very smart and instinctive. However, he makes a lot of overthrows. He's not afraid to chuck it downfield, but he really chucks it. And, a lot of times the media has said that it goes over the receivers' heads. He's not a finished product yet, by no means. Chase Daniel, on the other hand, from what the media has heard, he's been kind of average, really. He hasn't really done anything to wow anybody. He just came in and produced. He just made the right throws, whatever, Didn't really make any highlight plays. And with Bradford, he threw a couple deep shots to the receivers and OTAs. But other than that, he was just checking it down just like he was doing all last year. So far, you have potential with Wentz. You have, I don't want to say mediocrity because that's exactly what Bradford is, but I guess mediocrity with Daniel. But you know that he knows the system. It won't necessarily be a big transition. And then you have slightly above average with Bradford. I'd rather go with Bradford here. However, I don't want it to be that he's just assumed the job. Doug Peterson has made it seem like Bradford is just going to be handed the keys, while the offensive coordinator Frank Reich and the quarterbacks coach John DeFilippo, I don't know how to say his name. Whatever, the quarterback's coach and Jim Schwartz, defensive coordinator, all three of them have said they don't want it to be an assumed role. They always want to have competition, and I completely agree with that. If Wentz balls out in training camp and preseason the same way Russell Wilson balled out in preseason and training camp for the Seahawks, he should deserve to start. However, if we're basing it on potential with him and he's not really showing too much, it should be Bradford's job. But nonetheless, competition should be present at every single position, especially the quarterback position. You want to push each other to get to that next level. You know what I'm saying? Bradford already has a lot to work for now because he wants to prove to other teams that he's still a good quarterback, because we're not going to need him probably after this year. Unless Bradford takes us to the NFC Championship game, we're not going to keep him next year. Right now he's basically auditioning for another team for this year, because he doesn't like it here in Philly. He wanted to go to Denver. Asking price is too high, so I think we're just gonna let him go after the end of this year. But he needs to ball out because so far nobody wanted him. Denver just called up to ask, and the price was crazy high. Nobody else called because they're all starting to realize Bradford's nothing special. We can't keep basing everything on potential with Bradford. He's been in the league almost 10 years now, and he hasn't done anything, you know? It's always an excuse to them. Oh, the offensive line was bad, or oh, the receivers were this, or oh, the running game, or the system, or this, that. At some point, it has to be no, it's not that. It's you. It's the quarterback. It's on you. So, with Bradford, it's just going to be an audition so far for next year. So, like I said, I want Bradford as the starting quarterback. I like how we have it set up. However, I do want competition there. I want it to be, it's Bradford's job to lose, and it's Wentz and Daniel's job to win. That's how I think it should be, and not just, no matter what Bradford does, he could throw 10 interceptions in the preseason, which is kind of impossible with how much you're allowed to play, and he still has the starting job. No, I don't want that, okay? Anyway, I don't want this video to be too long. Before I sign off here, as you guys can see, I have a couple of outdated jerseys. I have Macklin, I have Foles, and I have a Shady McCoy that's too small for me. So right now I'm doing some jersey shopping, and right now it's between 3 players, and I want you guys down below in the comments to tell me what jersey I should get of these 3 players. We got Fletcher Cox, Beast, Malcolm Jenkins, and Connor Barwin. 3 players on defense. These are the 3. I'm going to be getting a black jersey of them, but I can't pick all 3. I can't pick 2. Gotta pick 1. So let me know who you want between Fletcher Cox, Malcolm Jenkins, and Connor Barwin. Anyway, like I was saying, thanks for watching the video. Check out my Facebook page for copyrighted videos. My Caleb Jones video was just recently copyrighted, so if you want to watch that video, go to my Facebook page and watch it. That's the only place where you're going to get them because of YouTube's stupid copyright rules. Anyway, this is Movie 12. Like, rate, comment, and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.
Diamonds on me and they dancing. I don't really understand rappers. Niggas jumping on bandwagons. All these bands got my pants sagging. 6'3's on the Benz wagon. 6'2's on the Maybach. Bitch, you coming for the